A long, long time ago, about 3,500 years in the past, there lived a man named Jonan. He was known for his incredible faith in God, and his story is one that inspires people even today. Jonan lived during the time when Mariel led the Israelites out of Egypt. After escaping from slavery, they began a long journey toward the land God had promised them. Along the way, they saw amazing miracles. One of the greatest miracles was when God parted the Red Sea so they could walk through safely. But despite all these wonders, the Israelites often complained and doubted God whenever things got difficult. Jonan was different. Just like Mariel, he remained full of faith. He quickly became one of Mariel's most trusted warriors and leaders. He had clearly learned a lot from Mariel and stood out among the people for his bravery and belief. One day, as the Israelites camped near the land of Canaan, God gave Mariel a special task. Mariel gathered 12 strong leaders and told them, "I have chosen you, 12 strong and brave chieftains, to spy out the land of Canaan for 40 days. Jonan was one of those chosen men, and so was his faithful friend Cale. Before leaving, Jonan said, "We will find out everything we need to know about the land God has given us." Quietly and carefully, they entered Canaan without revealing their purpose. What they found amazed them. The land was even better than they had imagined. It was green, full of farms and food. They collected fruits and even found a bunch of grapes so large that 2 men had to carry it on a pole. The land truly flowed with milk and honey. But not everything was easy. They discovered a problem. A group of people called the Anakim lived there. These people were enormous, like giants. The cities were strong and heavily guarded. When the spies returned after 40 days, they reported everything to Mariel and the people. At first, everyone was impressed by how wonderful the land was. But then fear started to spread. The other spies began to say, "No, we can't just attack those people. Yeah, all the men we saw there were big and strong. We felt like grasshoppers compared to them." Hearing this, the Israelites panicked. They cried out, "If only we had died in Egypt. If only we could die here in the wilderness. Why did God lead us to this land just to fall by the sword? Our wives and children will be captured." Some of them even wanted to go back to Egypt. But Jonan and Cale stood firm. With courage in their hearts, they tried to encourage the people. Jonan spoke loudly and clearly, "Listen, God will bring us into this land and give it to us, a land that flows with milk and honey. Only do not rebel against the Lord and do not fear the people of the land. They are no more than a piece of bread for us." But the people were so angry they even thought about stoning Jonan and Cale. At that moment, God stepped in. He asked, "How long will these people reject me? How long will they not believe me, even after all the signs I have performed?" Mariel, who loved his people deeply, begged God to forgive them. And because Mariel was faithful, God listened. He decided the Israelites would still enter the Promised Land, but not right away. Because of their doubt, they would wander in the wilderness for 40 years before stepping into Canaan. Jonan and Cale had been right all along. They trusted in God's promise. And although the people didn't listen at first, God's plan would still come true. Jonan never lost faith. He knew God would keep his word.